Welcome to the Gemini Baby Podcast. Hi, hello. I'm your host, Divinity Jen. Thank you so much for joining me for the 61st episode of my podcast. This is a place where we dive deeply into music, mysticism, pop culture, and so much more. We celebrate the duality of life and the cosmic chaos that comes with it. Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. We are actually shifting the conversation and talking less about me and more about you guys. In fact, if you haven't read the episode title already, drum roll, please. Hey! I am predicting your guys' future live on camera. This is the first for Gemini, baby. If you follow me on social media, maybe you've seen occasional clips that I would do on TikTok and Instagram Reels. However, we've never done a proper full podcast episode that is on camera where I'm predicting for you guys in real time. We've done multiple of these episodes throughout season 1. However, it's all been audio. And so you guys are actually going to see the cards that I pull in real time, and as well as, get a little bit more insight into what I predict for you guys during this new beginning, new era that we are all entering. Let me explain how this is going to work. So essentially, I'm going to shuffle my playlist, and whatever 3 songs pop up first, those are going to be the songs that you guys will choose from to then get your full-blown psychic reading. I don't know what these songs are going to be. You don't know what these songs are going to be either. I mean, unless, you're skipping ahead and just going from the description of the episode, which is totally fine if you are doing that. However, when it comes to selecting your song, there is no right or wrong way to do this. You can listen to all 3 songs if you choose to do so. You can choose off of your favorite artist. You can look up the lyrics. You can, put the songs in a random generator and pick from there. You can meditate on it. Again, there is no right or wrong way to do this. I highly recommend that you trust your intuition, and usually whatever stands out to you the first moment is what I would personally go with. However, to each their own. I will let you guys do the selection process. And then from there, you will then go to this description of this episode and find the timestamp associated with your specific song. And there you will receive your full psychic reading from yours truly. I get a little bit nervous, you guys. I'm still getting used to the camera. I'm like, oh my God, you're on camera. People can see you. My 8th house placements, my 8th house Gemini sun kind of just wants to crawl underneath a rock and be like, don't perceive me, don't look. But a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do, right? And so I'm really excited for all of you guys to get your reading. We are really diving deeply into this new beginning, this new era. If you guys are familiar with astrology, all of the major outer planets are changing zodiac signs. In fact, some of them already have. We're really waiting on 2 more planets to change zodiac signs, which is Uranus is leaving Taurus after being there since 2018 and is officially re-entering Gemini at the end of April of 2026. And then we have Jupiter moving from Cancer into Leo. Granted, Jupiter changes zodiac signs once a year. It's it's not too significant, but it's significant enough because we've had the outer planets such as Pluto. He takes 20 years to move. He moved into Aquarius back at the end of 2024. Saturn takes 3 years. And Neptune takes about 14 years on average. And those specific planets are in Aries, and that just happened earlier this year, end of January, mid-February. And so with all of these outer planets moving into new zodiac signs, we are really being given an opportunity to start anew. We are being ushered into this new era, and the purpose of this reading is to provide you guys some insight on where you're at and essentially where you are heading. So let's get into your guys' song picks. I'm really excited. I don't know what songs we are going to get. Usually I shuffle the playlist that I make annually. And so fun fact about me, I don't categorize my music by artist or by genre. The main playlist I personally listen to is the one I make in January of every year. I basically do annual playlists. And so I have my 2026 playlist. And granted, we're in early April. So, there's only so many songs. And when I say only so many songs, I have almost 14 hours worth of music that I've been listening to since 2026. And often, a lot of these songs are music that have released in that year. So a lot of these songs came out just, within the last 3 months. However, there are a few tracks that I've added that are, older, and I'm like, oh, this is a banger and I'm really feeling this vibe. So don't be surprised if you guys get a song that you've never heard of. Um, because that's kind of how I like to consume my music. I'm really into finding new things. And so, okay, let's officially get into this. So, we are going to select the song for group one, and then we'll do group two and three next. And now, again, disclaimer, I can't play the music on the actual episode, cannot get a copyright strike. So, you guys will have to look up these songs on their own. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle 3 times, and then after on the third shuffle will be group one. I hope that makes sense. We're trying. We're doing things. I'm trying to come up with, like, a proper process for being on camera. I think my nerves are getting the best of me. So if you made it this far, thanks. Thanks for being patient. Okay, I'm done. Group one. Okay, so okay, ready? Group one, we're gonna shuffle 3 times. Please give us group one's psychic message song. Psychic message song. Is that what we're going with? I guess. Give group one their song, please. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, group one, your song is Death Wish by Baby Nova. I don't know if you guys can see like the Spotify canvas, but that is your song, Death Wish by Baby Nova. I'm so excited to tell you guys more about your reading. So, group one, if this is your group, go to the timestamps. Go to group one's timestamp. Okay, let's get group two. And so, let me go to a different playlist and then open that one. So, we're starting fresh. Okay, group two, are y'all ready for your song? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. You guys got Liars and Tigers and Bears by Megan Moroney. Hey, I actually just met Megan Moroney with one of my nieces back in February during her like Cloud Nine, 9 stops in 9 days. It was very short and sweet, but Megan was a phenomenal performer, and it was so cool just to see and meet someone who's having such a massive moment. So shout out Megan Moroney. She is unstoppable. She's on fire right now. But yes, that is your song, group two, Liars and Tigers and Bears by Megan Moroney. Hey, okay. Now let's go to group three, clearing the playlist. Okay, group three, are you guys ready for your song? And now we're going to go back, shuffle 3 times, and see what happens. Okay, group three. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Okay, so your guys' song is Sunrise by Leigh-Anne. I love this song and I love Leigh-Anne. I actually just recommended Leigh-Anne's song Goodbye Good Morning on the first episode of season 2. And so I am super stoked to have another Leigh-Anne song. In fact, actually, now that I think about it, I think all the way in 2023, I did a similar type of like psychic music divination episode, and it was also a Leigh-Anne song. Like something like it was that one, right? I'm gonna have to go back. I'm pretty sure we've had a Leigh-Anne song in a psychic episode. So the universe, the spirits must be really feeling Miss Leigh-Anne, which I don't mind. I love her. I've loved her since I was a little girl. But okay, everyone, that is your guys' groups. I'm so excited. I feel like we have a really diverse set of songs. And so if you haven't listened already, please go check out your song, look up the lyrics, look at the title, check out the artist. There is no right or wrong way to select your group. Again, listen to your intuition. Usually, whatever stands out to you the first, that is what I personally would go with. However, you can't go wrong, my friends. You really can't go wrong. And worst case scenario, if you listen to a reading and like 15 minutes in, you're like, Jen, this doesn't resonate, go to a different group. Or hey, maybe your reading's not here. Regardless, don't force any message. I say that as my disclaimer because if y'all are in the witchy, mystical woo world, sometimes us girlies can get lost in the chaos of divination. But okay, let's jump into it. And also, actually, before I go, this is really important. Stay tuned because at the end of the episode, I'm going to give our typical group collective reading. However, I highly recommend that you guys also go check out my socials. You can find basically all of my socials at geminibaby.com/links. Check out my TikTok, my Instagram. my YouTube. That is where you're going to find your bonus messages because, yes, the psychic predictions do not just end here in this episode. You will find your follow-up message on my social media platforms. And so leave me actually, no, we'll save that for when we get into the groups. I'm over this Mercury and Pisces transit, you guys, and we have Mars in Pisces. I haven't been able to sleep. I haven't been able to speak, and my mind is just like, I can't do it. I'm over it. No more. No more. I'm so excited to announce that I will be hosting a music branding workshop presented by Colorado Music Industry Alliance, and it is free. It is virtual. We are going to be diving into all things music branding. We'll be talking about your identity, archetypes, positioning. This is less about trying to go viral and more so about long-term vision. And so if you are a indie artist, a musician, or someone who is in the music industry or trying to work in the music industry professionally, I highly recommend you guys check out this workshop. It is, again, free. It is global. It is virtual. You can sign up at geminibaby.com/workshops or go to geminibaby.com/links. You'll find it regardless there, and you can sign up. It is on May 6th from 7 to 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time. That is really important. Mountain Time, Colorado time, my friends. And thank you again to Colorado Music Industry Alliance for helping me bring this workshop to life. This is something I've been wanting to do for a few years now. And so I'm beyond excited to finally get it out into the world. And yeah, bring your questions because there will be a live Q&A at the end and you guys can ask me anything and everything about music branding. The second thing I would like to announce is that I am officially the resident astrologer at Shadow and Shine. Shout out to my friend Heather. She is the founder of Shadow and Shine. She is a psychic. She's a tarot reader. She's also an astrologer herself. And she has officially brought me on board to give you guys a handful of unique, different astrology readings. The 3 readings we are offering with Heather is Destiny Timeline, which is zodiacal releasing, You Are the Blueprint, as well as the Power Profile. We're using Hellenistic astrology techniques, and I'm so excited to dive more and get really nuanced with you guys. So if you are looking for a deeper astrology reading, I highly recommend that you book with me. You can go to shadowandshine.com and find my offerings there. So shout out to Heather. Thank you again so much for bringing me on as your resident astrologer. I'm so excited and even more excited to read for you guys. Again, if you really want to go deep, if you're over the basic natal chart readings, this is the one. The next thing I would also like to announce is that I'm officially live on Patreon. You can go to geminibaby.com/Patreon where you can find the Patreon link directly. It has been a slow burn, you guys. If you listen to the last episode, y'all know I've been trying to get a Patreon on since 2023, but we are officially live. I'm going to be releasing some bonus podcast episodes, some additional tarot and music divination episodes. And so if you guys really like this, check it out. I'll be doing that on a monthly basis where I'm giving you guys readings such as, we kind of do it maybe once a quarter for lucky here on the podcast. But that is the place. If you want a monthly tarot prediction from Jen, check me out on Patreon. And my last announcement is we are officially streaming on so many different podcast platforms, you guys. We are on Spotify, we are on Apple, we are on Amazon, we're on Pandora, we're on iHeartRadio, we are on YouTube. we're everywhere, you guys. I'm just so excited to finally get Gemini Baby distributed across all kinds of different podcast platforms. And so if you are someone from one of those news platforms, drop a comment on my socials at Divinity Jen or / Gemini Baby Pod. You can find my socials at geminibaby.com/links. Leave me a what's a good emoji we could do this? Leave me the skull emoji. Let me know that you're brand new. I want to see the skull emoji. And that is all for my announcements, my friends. Again, I'm just so excited. I don't even know. I'm at a loss for words, truthfully. I just cannot believe how much Gemini Baby is growing. Let's get into your reading. Hello, group number 1. If you chose the song Death Wish by Baby Nova, welcome to your reading. Oh my goodness, you guys. So I was listening to the song and reading the lyrics, and I was like, y'all, this is like an extremely witchy woo-woo song. Did any of y'all catch that? Okay, so starting off, I'm looking at the lyrics and there's a couple of things, y'all. There is a couple of things. First and foremost, let's just say, who broke your heart, babe? Who broke your heart? Now, it doesn't have to be romantic. Obviously the lyrics are romantic leaning. However, I do feel like there was some maybe expectations that weren't met. In fact, I would say that you really trusted someone and someone even provided you with the reassurance about maybe your place in their life. Maybe it's a career, a position at work. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's even yourself. Maybe you let yourself down after reassuring yourself that you were going to do something or achieve something or complete something. Regardless, I do feel like group one has a level of grief, a level of almost regret for how the situation has played out. Now, I need you guys to remember that this is a general reading. And so usually when I give examples, whatever pops up in your head first, that is what I would go with. So if I'm saying something and you're like, this is what this is making me think about, it is likely that. Of course, listen to your intuition, trust yourself first and foremost, because there could be multiple things. But I would say this is a group that is dealing with the grief of being let down, of not having their expectations met, and to some extent, possibly being betrayed. Group one, I didn't expect this to start off like that. I truly didn't. But what what stands out to me the most in this song, though, is when she says, "'Cause I worship the myth I made out of you." I also feel like this group is dealing with a lot of illusions. Been there, done that, kind of still going through that, right? I think navigating and discerning between our illusions can be very difficult when we expect certain things to be one way, but then they're the complete opposite. I wouldn't be surprised if this group in particular maybe put on some blinders, put on some rose colored glasses, and was like, hey, I see the red flags. I'm going to ignore the red flags. Why? Because red flag is like reassuring me, even though like I'm clocking what the red flag is doing. Right? The nice thing about this song though is it does come full circle very subtly. When she talks about I know that I look sweet, but I bide. I'm so evil. Ask the preacher, ask the people, ask the S that tried me in a ditch somewhere behind me. I guess I'm not the girl you thought I'd be. It's almost like a two-way street, right? So whoever betrayed you, whether it's yourself, whether it's a colleague, whether it's your partner, whether it's a best friend, whatever that looks like for you, just know you may have not truly known them or their intentions, but they also never really truly knew you. In fact, I would say the illusions, the lack of clarity is two-sided. It's a two-way street. Now, if this is resonating with yourself, like such as maybe you had a goal and you didn't complete the goal, and now you're like feeling really down and out about not achieving this goal, just know like sometimes we don't always see ourselves clearly. That is also why I personally like to go to other astrologers, because when I read my own astrology chart, I get so biased. And so it's hard to almost like step out of our own perspective, step out of our own biases about ourselves and look at ourselves from a very neutral perspective, an unbiased perspective. And I feel like if this does resonate on a I let myself down type of way, that's not a bad thing, my friend, because I would almost say, I guess, regardless of how the situation fits for you, this is really a moment about self growth and self discovery and recognizing your worth and recognizing your values and your time and what you invest into. One of my favorite sayings is rejection is a form of protection. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way in the moment, but I'm a firm believer that the universe will never lead you astray. In fact, I really do believe in the invisible string theory, how everything and everyone is connected to some extent. And so while one path might, diverge or from what we initially wanted or initially anticipated, I do believe that path is better in our long term. However, again, another disclaimer, if you are in a bad situation, if you are in a and not a good situation. I say that lightly. Be wise, be discerning. Find the resources that you need. Don't take what a random girl on on a podcast is saying. Like if you are in a dangerous or a very bad situation, please seek out support. Please seek out resources. This is not the place. For those type of things, for entertainment purposes only. Disclaimer. I really do believe like this is the group that needs to step into that almost divine, a dark feminine energy. And when I say dark feminine, I don't mean like, like spooky, evil things. I'm more so like embracing that feminine rage, embracing, that type of feminine energy that they try to suppress from us. Um, just know like this group in particular, while there may have been betrayal from yourself, from others, a lack of clarity, whatever, however that resonates for you, just know you are protected, you are divinely led, and this is your opportunity to really do something different. Live your life a little bit on the edge. I'm not saying go seek revenge on anyone, but ask yourself, like, if this situation ended up manifesting in a way that I don't particularly love, and now I feel heartbroken and sad and on the outs and, just not doing well generally, how am I gonna pick myself up? Am I going to allow myself to feel those feelings? My recommendation is yes, but then what happens after, you know? Um the death wish, I would say, is it's less about the other person or the other situation, and more so about if this death being transformation, wish being like your aspiration, like what is your transformative wish, for lack of better words. That is really how I see this song. Is it's asking you like, I've been through all of this crazy shit. I'm going through a hard time. This is how I feel at the end of the day. What happens? And the universe is like, what's your wish, bestie? Like, this is your death and rebirth. What do you want for your next part in your life? So let's shift away from the music. I'm going to pull you guys some oracle cards to start off. Okay, group one, we are trying new things. I have never actually only shown my hands. So y'all are going to see just my hands for this part of the reading because it's really important to me that you guys see your cards. So the first question that we're going to be looking at is where you are currently. And I'm going to be using the deck Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle. You guys can see that. This is the deck we are using. Give group one their message or their card. Give group one their card. Where is group one? Where is group one currently? Where is group one? Ooh, currently. Okay. Ooh, oh my goodness, you guys got 4 cards. Okay. I was only just planning to pull one, but the universe has some messages for y'all. Okay. So starting off, you guys have loyalty. Ooh, I love that. Loyalty, conclusion, love, my goodness, and vision, Aphrodite. And what was she? Stevie Ray. I do not know who Stevie Ray is, but I do know Aphrodite. Okay, so these are your guys' cards. Starting off, we're going to read from left to right, or is that right to left for you guys? I don't know. I don't even know. First time doing this on camera. We're reading this way. Okay, so starting off, I think the message is just very on the nose with the song, with Death Wish, about you guys really trusting in something or someone, whether it's yourself, whether it's a partner, a boss, a friend. You guys were loyal to someone, but that loyalty is now coming to an end here with conclusion. I would say, like, it was not a bad thing that you trusted this person or this situation or whatever dream or goal that you had. This was not a bad thing. In fact, I would actually say this was part of your path. It was divinely led. What's sticking out to me is the sunflowers here. And that's a big part about why I'm saying, like, this isn't a bad thing. This was actually pretty good. Sunflowers are, one, just beautiful, first and foremost. But secondly, like, if you look at the card, in my opinion, that is one of the brightest parts of the card. And so it's like there is a silver lining in this situation. You may feel like you were loyal and now you're kind of just like left out in the woods because it kind of looks like she's just she's just kind of like standing there. I want to Yeah, she's just kinda standing there, and she's in this, like, white tank top, and, it's not, like, completely dirty or anything, but there is a little bit of dirt on it. She's out in the woods, and she's just kind of, like, doing her own thing, but then if you look at all, like, the symbolism on her, it's almost like whatever this, like, very raw, maybe very, like, I'm hearing the word grounded, like, I think if you were in a partnership, maybe you guys were talking about a long-term commitment or you were committed long-term. If you were seeking a new job, maybe there was like a false promised, but it seemed like it was genuine, like it was actually going to happen. If it was a friend, maybe this was a friend that you trusted with all of your secrets and now something has happened. It just gives like very like rawness, like the energy of this connection of this situation was very grounded. If it was you, maybe you did have like a plan of how you wanted things to unfold. It just gives very raw, but it's not for it's not like you guys, were led astray or you went wrong. It feels divinely led as I look at, like, the symbolism and the moon on her head. Let's shift here to conclusion. I wanna take a closer look. Chapter 1, the end. Oh my goodness, that's so crazy. I mean, if you guys have seen my other podcast episodes that are, like, content, I also talk about a lot about how I look at life as a book, especially right now given the astrology. I'm not gonna go into my whole, like, spiel, but life is a book, new beginning, uh, like, proper new beginning. It's not a new chapter. It's a brand new book, starts at the end of April. And I feel like this is so on the nose with that saying right now. Um, this whatever this chapter has been, especially regarding the other situation, but also like I almost ask you guys to reflect. Do you feel like you've been in a cycle regarding loyalty and how you show up for other people's or situations? Have you struggled with loyalty? Not saying you're like unloyal, but have you ever been loyal to a fault where you have given people opportunities and chances and they didn't really quite deserve it? This is your opportunity to really wrap up that cycle, to really ask yourself, if this new chapter, if this new beginning is coming, what's going to change? What am I leaving behind in this old era as I enter a new one? Because love, oh, I love this one for you guys. It truly is promised your happiness. It could be romantic. I'm sure a lot of my a lot of my lovers out there are gonna love this card, but it doesn't have to be. It feels more so like a heart chakra opening, and the heart chakra is like the heart. It's how you give and receive love. And I feel like with this group in particular, you guys are really being prompted to ask, like, despite the chaos of the past, despite maybe the betrayals, despite the cycles, despite the patterns, or whatever heartbreak or, unresolved issues from the past, regardless of all of that, let's just close that chapter and really focus on this new beginning because we need to allow ourselves, our heart to be open in order for us to receive. As I look at Vision and Aphrodite, I mean, come on, you guys, Aphrodite next to the love card, like, again, how more on the nose can this be? This is telling me that you guys need to start thinking about like what you want in this new beginning. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys have already started doing that. You may have already started asking yourself, hey, I'm over this last book. I'm done with the cycles. I'm done with the patterns. I'm done with these type of peoples. I'm done with these type of jobs. I'm done with this type of thinking. I want this new beginning and I want it to be powerful and I want it to be happy. And the universe is like, bet, sure, we hear you. We want that for you too. See the moon? Moon on her forehead, moon there. I don't think there's a moon in this card. But yeah, there is a little moon. You guys might not be able to see it. It's like right here. It's like a little dripping moon. I'll try to show you guys a little bit up close, but this is the big moon, that's the full moon. The universe is like, we have a vision for you, and it's supported by whatever vision you have for yourself. And if you do not have that particular vision just yet, just know it's coming. I wouldn't be surprised if this group is going to suddenly have like a random hobby pop up or like a random passion. You may have already been getting like intuitive nudges or hints about this. Maybe you started exploring something new. But I really feel strongly that this group is wrapping up whatever this, this loyal to a fault, this just being very raw and vulnerable and kind of feeling like you're left out in the cold here in the woods. Yes, it was hard, it hurt. There is a silver lining, and the silver lining is you're going to use all of that heartache, that knowledge, that experience that you've learned during this time in your life, and you're going to use that as a foundation to help you grow. If it's a partner, this is maybe your perspective is this is what I want and this is what I do not want. If it's a new job, these are the type of companies I like to work for. These are the companies I don't like to work for. If it's yourself, the way you think, this is maybe you come up with a system of when I start telling myself or when I start having negative thoughts, I quickly redirect and replace it with like something else. Regardless of how that resonates for you, I just really feel like in this present moment, you guys are transitioning from one life to the next. And this one is all about being able to give and receive love despite what has happened and trusting in the bigger vision for your life because it is divinely supported. You are divinely led and you really have all the tools and power. Now, it's interesting that this group keeps getting like female deities or like goddesses. If you guys are into deities, I highly recommend looking into Hecate or to Aphrodite. I'm not too sure about Stevie Ray. She could be a deity. But if she is, look into her as well. You know, I feel like there is some goddess energy here in group number one, and there is a goddess or two in particular that is trying to get your guys' attention. So if you ever feel an intuitive nudge to a specific goddess, I highly recommend you looking deeply into her because I feel like that specific goddess will support you. And so this is your guys' present moment. Let's shift and talk more about what this new beginning holds for you. And the deck that I'm using is Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. So, universe, please give group number one their message on what this new beginning holds for them. I feel like you guys already kind of got a sneak peek in that, but let's get into even more details. Ooh, that one wanted to come flying. We should have let it, but I mean, it didn't come out completely. Maybe not. Okay, those ones I just grabbed, and I have no idea why, but they must have wanted to come out. So, okay, you guys have TikTok and Yin. Oh my goodness. I just love when we get messages like this. There's just so much already. Okay. First off, I love how we had like the where is it? This conclusion card here. Because this feels a little bit like timing because it's like one book is wrapping up and the new one is beginning, and then you have like an actual like timing, card here. TikTok, y'all, whatever you guys have been going through, if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling stagnant, if you feel like you're pushing and nothing is happening, my friends, let me tell you about a tough lesson I've had to learn. Timing is everything. Timing, honestly, is probably one of the most frustrating things. Personally, as someone who just like wants to move, and like control things and has a specific vision as a specific outcome. I wouldn't be surprised if this is my group actually. Um, but timing is at play here. Whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever you're trying to achieve, whatever new beginning that you're looking for, because the new beginning is on the horizon, right? Timing is big here. So if you feel like you're putting in a lot of energy and things just aren't happening, things are moving slower than you thought, or hey, maybe things are moving faster, timing is at play for this group, divine timing at that. And if you ever feel like you're just like lacking control, because I'm looking at the hands here and he's like trying to grab the clock, but he like can't grab it. Y'all, let the universe do its thing. Let the universe do its thing because there is so much in store, but it really is a matter of allowing the timing to line up. We have all of the outer planets changing zodiac signs. Pluto in Aquarius, Saturn and Neptune in Aries, Uranus is entering Gemini, Jupiter is going to be entering Leo. There is just so much happening astrologically. And that is something I've had to learn myself of knowing when to move and when to not. Because this little Gemini just wants to run. But you can't always run. Sometimes you have to just like take that step back and trust in the timing, trust in the process, um, and see how much easier things flow when you're not pushing against the current. Because again, I have been in situations where I'm like, I want to do this like this moonshot. I want to do this thing, but it's like not the right time. And sometimes, I said it to you guys in the beginning, rejection is a form of protection. I do believe that's true. So again, like if you feel like you're just stuck, stagnant, being rejected, it's all about timing. There's really, in my opinion, nothing you guys are doing wrong. It all comes down to your timing. Yin though, ooh, yin and yang, but we have specifically yin, you guys. That's the feminine energy. This group is like goddess energy galore. I wouldn't be surprised, if we have some Venetians here, Libras and Tauruses. Doesn't have to be Pisces, Cancers. I just feeling hardcore feminine energy this in this group, but it's almost like you guys have so much feminine energy, but the universe is asking you guys to consciously tap into that feminine energy. Whether that's connecting with a specific deity, or if it's, doing glamour magic, or if it's something like just, maybe getting dolled up, treating yourself to something nice, maybe putting on your favorite lipstick and putting on your favorite pair of high heels and, going to the farmer's market, going to the grocery store. There is no shame in embracing the feminine. I feel like the universe is going to say, once you allow yourself to embrace this more feminine aspect of yourself, the more you are going to receive. Again, I'm just getting hardcore heart chakra vibes from you guys. I feel like the universe wants to deliver you guys some sort of reward or gift or opportunity. But the key here is, are you able to receive it? And my answer to that is yes. But are you going to allow yourself to be? And if you guys see blue on my hands, sorry, I was putting on these press on nails and the glue got stuck. And I guess these press on nails, the paint comes off. I don't even know. But sorry for the blue, the blue fingernails or the blue fingers. Oh my goodness. But yes, I really do think this group in particular is just, you guys are some goddesses. Now, if you are not a female or identify as a female, just know we all have feminine energy. You do not have to be identifying as a woman, as a female, to have feminine energy. We all have the yin and yang. And this is just, again, really asking us ourselves to open up to that feminine energy. Take things slows, embrace yourself, do something nice for yourself, put on the makeup, go have your favorite dessert, buy a new pair of, I want to say shoes again. We have all this Pisces transit, so I'm thinking shoes. But like, I really just feel like group 1 in particular, like, it's kinda crazy going from your song to this, because this group is just giving, like, we've been through it and we're about to have a massive fucking glow up. Like, this is the bounce back group. This is, I've learned the lessons, I've been through the betrayal, I know what I want, I have the vision, and now it's all about divine timing and pouring into myself so others can pour into me. I really love that for you guys, group number 1, and this is where you're heading. And so, I know it's not like super specific of you're going to have a mansion or whatever. Like it's nothing like that. I almost feel like the universe is a little bit ambiguous with you guys, because whatever you're trying to bring into fruition, whatever you're trying to manifest here, this TikTok almost makes me think of divine timing, bestie, and divine timing, baby. Like we see what you want, we see what you're trying to receive, but it's all in the timing. So I'm excited for you guys. This is not a bad reading at all. And so the next question I am going to look at is, what actions you can take to help bring in this new beginning, to bring in this new era. So, ooh, you guys, do we take it? Let's take it. I'm still gonna shuffle, but now, wow. Um, let's still shuffle. Because I feel like that's not your only message. So, what other actions can group 1 take? Okay. Ooh, okay. So we'll make this one first, and then we'll do this and this one. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Group number 1. So starting off, show that you care. First off, it kind of feels like show that you care is linked to Vision, Aphrodite, and to Stevie Ray here, because she's sitting out in nature, but like this white, like, is that a dragon? I have to just flip it to look at it myself. The white dragon almost reminds me of like the universe, which in my opinion is represented here by the moon. And then she's in this like beautiful gown that kind of reminds me of the scales. So again, I think this is just another like how redundant can I be? I really do feel like you guys have some spirits, some ancestors who are leading you guys on the other side. You're just so divinely led. But also, like, there is a really strong goddess energy. And I feel like the goddess, like, that's you. But this is like the goddess taking on another form. If you're into dragons, this is your sign. I would actually say that's a sign for all of you. If any of you guys, um, are looking for a confirmation or a sign from the universe, set the intention today in this moment, right here, right now, that the universe is going to show you dragons. And when you see a dragon, just know that means you are on the right path. So, hey, I'm really excited for you guys. But okay, back to your reading, show that you care. Oh my goodness. Again, I feel like this is about pouring into yourself, showing that you care because while, she could be showing that she cares to another person, she's showing it to a dragon, or at least what I'm assuming is a dragon, who knows? But she's showing it to this creature, and it's almost like when you pour into yourself, you almost like spiritually pour into yourself as well, as weird as that sounds, because like she's sitting on the ground. So it's like when you pour into yourself in a grounded way, such as, doing your hair, eating your favorite food, taking yourself out shopping, like however taking care of yourself resonates. Once you do that in a grounded, practical way, because she's sitting on the grass, you will find that the effort is returned in a spiritual context. I think this is such a beautiful message, my friends. Like, I really do think this is so, like, I don't know, I get like chills thinking about like how on the nose the universe can be at times. And so I look at this and I'm like, group number one, like, y'all better go plan that self care, that self love day. And actually, don't even make it a day. In fact, I invite you guys, this is my personal challenge. Try to have at least one day a month where you are just taking care of yourself, whether it's getting your nails done. Hopefully, you don't get blue on them like I do. Whether it's getting your nails done, whether it's getting a massage, a haircut, taking yourself out to dinner, in a movie. I really feel like it's important though that this group does it alone. Like this, none of this reading is telling me do it with other people, like invite all the family, invite all the friends. It's really about taking care of yourself as an individual. Because if you look at it, it's just the dragon with her, right? That's like a spiritual being. I almost feel like you guys will have a spiritual experience once you go out. And so I feel like this new beginning that is coming for group number one is all about showing yourself self-love. And this new beginning, it's a it's a slow burn, but like I said, if you listen to my other podcast episodes or my social media clips, look at life as a book. And this book is going to last about, on average, let's say 14 years, but technically Pluto's in Aquarius till like 2040 something. So like 20 years, and so the key here is no matter if it's 6 months on the line, next week, 10 years on the line, it's important that you have some sort of practice that allows you to take care of yourself. Because while self love and self care is, important, not all of us prioritize that. I know personally I can struggle sometimes with self care and self love, but the universe is not asking that of group number one. They're really requesting that you guys take that action to pour into yourself. Now, shifting here, challenge your perspective. It's also really crazy because I feel like the vision, the Aphrodite white outfit is kind of reflected here, but of course it's like gold and yellow and orange and just so beautiful. I'm not too sure how well you guys can see it on camera, but let me get a close up. Oh, how do I do it? There we go. I'm trying to figure out the proper angle. um, the universe, I think, is going to present you guys a couple of new situations. I'm hearing different opportunities, different people. Yeah, just different situations in general where you're really going to have to challenge your perspective on things. You may be trying something that you never anticipated you'd be doing. For example, for me, I am like doing this whole thing on like camera. That was always a goal long term. But for me, it's feeling less like a podcast and more so like a YouTuber. That's kind of how I feel right now. And that has been a massive perspective shift for myself. But I'm looking at the camera and I'm like, okay, things are a little bit out of angle. Things are looking a little bit wonky, but it's working. It's fine. It's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. It really, truly never has to be perfect, as I say, as I adjust all of the cards. But yeah, it really truly does not have to be perfect. You guys are seeing me like get anxious. I'm like, wait, maybe it does. No, it really doesn't have to be. That's just me being anxious. And I almost wonder if I'm picking up on your guys' anxious energy as well, because I know for me personally, when I get anxious, I'm like, ah. And so I wouldn't be surprised if group number one has a little bit of an anxious tendency to them. And I think sometimes how you guys could be dealing with this anxiety throughout this next new beginning, throughout this next chapter, is again doing a perspective shift, is really asking yourself, like, hey, I want this new beginning. I want to enjoy it. I want to embrace it. But there's a couple of things, there's a couple of people, there's a couple of situations where I don't know if that's what I want. But the universe is almost coming in to ask you, like, hey, even though you may have not had A, B, C, D on the calendar, or maybe this wasn't on your vision board, how can you embrace it and allow your perspective to shift? Because maybe what you thought wasn't for you is something that's going to almost change your entire life for the better. And so, moving here to be without malice, I feel like in group number one, y'all can be a little bit of, I want to say, I'm afraid to say it on camera, but I feel like group number one, y'all can be a little bit of tricksters. Y'all can put yourself in some, some tricky situations, for lack of better words. I feel like the universe is really coming in and being like, hey, bestie, then you're up to no good. Do not do it. Like, you're up to no good. So, like, if you feel like this something could get you in trouble, don't do it. Be without malice, you guys. See how she's cloaked and she has like almost like a witch's cloak on, and it looks like she's riding a broom. But in reality, oh, this is actually crazy. In reality, you can see her face. Oh my God, you guys, this is crazy. Does it not look like she's the older version of her? Like, let's do a close up. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so off, so off center. I'm sorry. Especially because if you look like really closely at her like tattoos and the symbolism on her, you can see it on her hands. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. We're learning. I almost feel like the beauty of like her tattoos and where she felt like very raw. This again, whatever happened presently or like in the recent past that has caused her to feel like very raw and left out in the cold, but it's like still she's like I don't want to say scarred, but she's like tainted with whatever has happened in the past. It's still reflected here in this new beginning. And so I almost feel like some of the sore spots from the past can pop up in this new beginning. And the key is to really acknowledge them, know that they are part of you. And we do not shame ourselves. We're not, and that's so funny because the song was a lot about like shaming. Um, we do not need to shame ourselves or others really. What we really need to focus on is how we can move forward, because she's like so determined. And so it's like you can be determined and you can move forward without getting yourself in trouble, especially when, occasionally there will be times where it's like, oh my God, this situation reminds me of this old situation, or this person reminds me of my ex, or oh my God, this person has the same hobby as my like best friend who I no longer talk to, like whatever that looks like for you, just know like things will never be perfect in life. We'll never have everything the way that we exactly want them to be. But your journey, your transformation from this new beginning to the future is all about not shying away from our wounds and more so integrating them into who we are. But again, bestie, be without malice. And so, group one, I do want to pull you guys some final messages before we wrap up your reading. And so, I'm going to be using one of my favorite decks, the Power of Surrender. I've used this deck so many times. It is just so beautiful. I love it so very much. This essentially, we're going to pull a Power of Surrender card and then an affirmation. And these cards are basically going to be like, what the surrender is like what you need to release in this new beginning, and the affirmation is the affirmation that you will need throughout this new beginning. So, universe, please give group one their card of what they are surrendering. What is group one surrendering in this new beginning? What do they need to surrender in this new beginning? Okay, I guess we're taking it. You guys got two. Surrender obsessive thinking. Surrender your desire to control people. Oh my goodness, group number one. I feel like these cards are almost the same thing. And didn't we talk about that in the beginning? That there could be some like control tendencies here. Oh, y'all, the universe is so real. Let me read you the card. Surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help you bring clarity or even solve the problem. I mean, how more direct can that be, you guys? I feel like this group in particular can really get in their head. whether it's about a person, a situation, maybe even yourself, maybe it's about the future, whatever it is. When you start having almost like that anxious stuff, because again, this group is giving like high anxiety. Um, whenever you start feeling like you're just getting consumed in your mind and lost in your thoughts, you're thinking obsessively, take a step back, go ground, because keep in mind that was a big theme in this group is grounding. Ground yourself and ask the universe to really show you the way, to help you out, for lack of better words. I think this group will be surprised that all you really need to do is ask and then you shall receive. And I say that lightly because I'm looking at the card here with the apple, and it's almost like she wants to bite the apple, the forbidden fruit. Oh my God, Lilith energy. And I was gonna say Lilith energy earlier, but this is giving hardcore Lilith energy, just so much goddess energy in this group. My gosh, again, you guys need to look up some goddesses because there are some goddesses wanting to connect with you guys. Don't bite the apple. I mean, you can, but like you guys know what's going to happen when you bite the apple, right? Like bite it or don't. It really is up to you. But I feel like with this card, be without malice, so much I think of like what you guys are going through is almost like self-provoked. Like you guys kind of do it to yourself, for lack of better words. And of course I say that lightly, but ask yourself, like, be honest. When you take a step back and you try to be as unbiased as possible, have you taken accountability for your actions? Because sometimes the accountability that you need to take is really the accountability over your mind and your accountability to want to control things. It doesn't have to mean like you're a bad person, you did this to that person, or you messed up or whatever. It doesn't have to be like that. Sometimes the accountability really comes down to taking control of your mind. And so let's read the card for surrender your desire to control people. Being over controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. Hey, okay, group number one. So I think again, it's very direct. Like I feel like these cards are basically the same thing. So it's kind of crazy that you guys got both of them. But if this group in particular is struggling with like wanting to control people, and sometimes it doesn't have to be like, I want this person to do this at this time. Maybe it's like, well, what is this person thinking of me? Or how does this person react? That can also be like a subtle way to control people, wanting to know, is this person looking at my Instagram stories? Is this person at work? Did they read my email yet? Like sometimes you just have to allow the universe to take its flow. Of course, be responsible, do what you have to. But if it's out of your if it's out of your control, it's out of sight, out of mind. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like I'm not saying that saying properly, but the universe again is really asking you guys to really let go and recalibrate the mind. I feel like a lot of this new beginning for you guys is a mental thing and not so much of like a go out and exercise, go out and like get this job. It's more so about, can we control the mind here? So let's shift and do your guys's affirmations. So I have two different kinds of affirmations for you guys. The first affirmation, we are going to be using positive affirmation playing cards. Here's the deck. And then we're going to be using slightly unhinged affirmation cards. Here's the deck. Hey, okay. I want to start with your guys' slightly unhinged affirmation. I feel like that would be fun. So let's see. Group number one. Oh, or should we? Yeah, let's just do it. Okay. Group number one. Let's see. What is group number one's slightly unhinged affirmation? Ooh, you guys got three. I will outlive all of my enemies. Congrats. Is it focusing? No, sorry. Okay. I will outlive all my enemies. I am doing my best, and that is either inspiring or concerning. And can be the bigger person, but where's the fun in that? Oh my goodness, you guys. That's so funny. Okay. So, a couple of things. I knew this group was a little bit vindictive. I feel like you guys are a little bit vengeful, which is really interesting. Because I feel like there's a little bit of contradicting and contradicting messages, but I feel like that's the point. And you know what? I was going to say contradicting enemies. So to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like multiple things going on for you guys. Like maybe there is someone that you're like, that is my enemy. I'm done. I do not want anything to do with them. Just know the universe is saying they're going to get their karma. So I will outlive all my enemies. Y'all, one of your enemies, if not multiple of them, will get their karma. I'm doing my best, and that is either inspiring or concerning. It's so straightforward. Just do your best, you guys. Like, who cares about the enemies at the end of the day? Like, I get this card, like these cards are on the sides, but in the center is all about you. You know, it's not about others, it's about you. And so I feel like this group may feel like during this new beginning, you guys have a lot of people talking to you, or a lot of people have a lot of different opinions about what you're doing or how you're navigating a situation. But at the end of the day, you really need to just focus on doing your best and taking care of yourself. And then I can be the bigger person, but what fun is that? I feel like this is your one, your like permission slip from the universe to be a little bit like vindictive, like not completely like go like, you know, slice someone's tires. That is not what it's saying. What it is saying though is if you have to stand up for yourself and defend yourself, do it. Like, do not allow your enemies or whoever has like rubbed you the wrong way just to like, you know, trash your name or whatever. Like, if you, there is an opportunity to defend yourself and it is necessary, do it. The universe will support that. But I feel like, again, be without malice here. It is acknowledging all of the chaos, you know, because there is some chaos, group number one. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to doing your best. You have your one permission slip, but at the end of the day, do you really want to use it when you're going to outlive them anyway? Who knows? Maybe you do. To each their own. Okay. And then lastly, your guys' official affirmation. And then these ones we will repeat together. So for those of you who are new here, basically at the end of every episode, not just like the psychic predictions, I pull a collective affirmation and then we repeat it together because that is our weekly affirmation. However, for the purposes of this episode, this is your new beginning affirmation. Okay. Universe, please give group number one their new beginning affirmation. Oh, okay. Y'all got three. Your first affirmation is, my fears of tomorrow are simply melting away. Say it with me. My fears of tomorrow are simply melting away. My goodness, that's not focusing. I radiate beauty, charm, and grace. See, I knew we had some Venetians in this group. I radiate beauty, charm, and grace. Love that. And lastly, I give myself permission to do what is right for me. Oh my God, you guys, I give myself permission to do what is right for me. Did I not just say this was like your permission slip from the universe? And here it is, like directly on top of it. Like, that's pretty spooky. Again, if y'all need to defend yourself, y'all go ahead and defend yourself. That is your permission slip from the universe. Well, group number one, thank you guys so much for listening to your reading. Stay tuned though, because we are going to have some bonus messages. There will be one group collective message at the end of this episode. However, you will find your bonus, like proper psychic messages on my social media platforms on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Blue Sky. I think that's all of them. But you can find all of my links at geminibaby.com/links. You can also book an astrology reading with me. You can join the Patreon. You can find my official Gemini Baby podcast playlist. But yeah, group number one, I had so much fun reading for you guys. I'm so excited for this new beginning. Y'all are unstoppable. And so I shall leave you. Stay tuned. See you guys for your bonus messages. Bye. Hello, group number two. If you chose a song Liars and Tigers and Bears by Megan Moroney, welcome to your reading. And so I have the song Liars and Tigers and Bears pulled up. And I was reading through the lyrics, and my goodness, you guys, group number two, y'all could not be any more different than group number one, which actually excites me because that means I have a very diverse collective watching me. And so let's dive a little bit more into your song before we pull out the oracle cards and do your reading. Okay, so right off the bat, this song is very contradicting, and she's acknowledging that it's contradicting, right? I'm pretty sure it's about Megan dealing with fame, basically being told, hey, you can't really have a hard time. You're like a country pop star. Be friends even with the girls who we tell you is trying to come for your spot on the charts. And also, like, you know, make sure you're all dolled up, but just like don't be too dolled up because you got to like, appeal to the masses. Like I'm generalizing, right? And so there's like this back and forth where she's like, wait, so I have to be friends with the liars and the bears and the tigers, even though like there's like push and pull. It's very contradicting, right? And so group number two, I feel like you guys are in a lot of like a contradicting stuff. I don't feel like it's like one situation. I don't feel like it's two. I feel like there's actually multiple. I would say there's at least three things going on for you, group number two. I don't know the specifics, but I wouldn't be surprised if the three things that are going on for you is contradicting. For example, maybe I'm hearing like someone has a friend and that friend may have betrayed them, but you guys have been friends for, let's say, 10 years. And you're like, well, what do I say? Do I confront my friend or do I not? Because maybe whatever they're doing could be life friendship ending, but you guys have been friends for so long that you're like, I don't know what I should do." Another example that I'm hearing in my head is at work. Maybe you had a boss and you don't particularly get along with your boss, but they want to promote you to take over maybe their assistant's job, just that example. And so you're like, wow, I actually really need the money and that assistant job would like really help me out. But I also do not like the boss like at all. Like, can I handle working with them every day just for a better paycheck? I don't know if you guys just sort of trained, but I feel like that was a confirmation. There was a train horn going on outside. And then third, like these are just examples. They do not have to be like your specific situations. But another situation I'm hearing is maybe you were trying to move houses. Maybe you're trying to go from one state to the next. However, perhaps your partner that you live with, your long-term spouse, they don't want to go with you. And you've been getting like some inklings that maybe your spouse is like not as gung-ho about this move and you don't know why. Cause it's like, wait, I thought we were doing this together. I thought this is what you wanted, but now you're setting some cold feet. And so you're like, well, we're supposed to sign the lease in 2 weeks. Like, what's going on? And so I say all of that as, very, very bad examples to give you guys a little bit more perspective on how these situations can manifest. I would say typically, whatever the first one, two, three things are that pop up into your mind, when I say that, whatever, or when you listen to the song, whatever popped up in your head during that time, that is what I would personally go with. Of course, stay tuned throughout the reading so we can really get confirmation. But I feel like, again, this group in particular, there is not one or two things that you guys are dealing with. There is at minimum three massive life changes, and they're very contradicting, but they are important. And you may feel like I have to be all smiley and happy and pretty and kind of just go with the flow and don't really show my emotions, but you're feeling these things and you're not waking up feeling pretty. And you're like, but I'm actually like really annoyed and I want to, argue with my spouse, or I want to confront my best friend and just end the friendship, or I actually don't want to take the job of the assistant. I kind of just want to tell my boss off, like however that resonates with you. Um, just know, like, I'm not saying tell the boss off. I'm not telling you to argue, cut your best friend off. Like, I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is I can just feel the weight of it. And it is overwhelming because I almost wonder if this group is like, maybe even having a really amazing time in their life. Because when I think about Megan Moroney and now this song, I'm like, Megan's on top of the world, she's at Target, she's like number one on the charts, she's doing this massive arena tour. She is really making history with her music. And so I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are actually in what is perceived to be in a very amazing time in your life. Maybe you guys are newlyweds and this now your spouse is getting cold feet, which I, don't hope that's not the case. But like whatever that situation is like, you could be in a spot where you're supposed to be like having the time of your life, where you're supposed to be feeling very blessed, very happy. But these three things in particular are just like weight on your shoulders. And so, group number two, this is your song. So let's actually dive into your cards and see what the cards have to say about this new beginning on the horizon for y'all. Okay, group number two, we are doing things a little bit differently. I'm not going to be on camera for this portion of the episode. And so here is a deck that we're going to start off with using Wisdom of the House of the Night. And the first question we are asking is, where is group number 2 currently? Have I been calling you guys group 1 on and off? I'm so sorry. It's this Mercury and Pisces transit, add on Mars and Pisces. And I was like, over it. It's too much. We have the North Node in Pisces. I'm over this, you guys, as a Gemini, stellium. Okay, so let's see. Universe, tell us, where is group 2 currently in their life? Like we're about to enter this new beginning as a collective. Ooh, okay. Okay, I guess I didn't even have to shuffle anymore. Let's see. Where is group 2 at currently? We have High Priestess of Water, Wishing, and Risk. Ooh, I love this for you guys. Okay, first and foremost, we are getting heavy water and heavy earth energy in these cards. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Don't have to be, but that could also be like maybe signs that you're dealing with, people that you're dealing with. In particular, I'm getting like a lot of water energy here with the High Priestess of Water. So first and foremost, group number 2, you guys are so intuitive. Like, I don't even know if this group understands how intuitive they are. I would say your guys' intuition is so strong that sometimes you just look, because she's like giving a look, you just look at someone and you can read them instantly. You can read energy very well. And I wouldn't be surprised if this group, like, I feel like there's two different types of extremes I'm feeling. I feel like the group who knows they're intuitive is like, yeah, I can read people and I'm aware of that. But then the other group who does read people, they almost like gaslight themselves and they're like, but can I? Am I actually reading that correctly? Group number 2, you are reading that correctly. You are the High Priestess of Water. You see things, you feel things, and they are correct. I look at the moon on her third eye, and I'm like, my goodness, y'all are like really feeling things out. Y'all are sensing and seeing things that a lot of people probably don't notice. And so, if you are going through a difficult situation, with someone, your read on them is correct. I would say where you are misreading is not necessarily them, you're almost misreading yourself and how you respond to what you're reading. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but I think the best example I can give you guys is if you ever meet someone and you're like, you look in their eyes and you're like, wow, I can tell you're like a super like extrovert, bubbly person. And then they're like, oh yeah, you seem very like um I don't know, like maybe you tell them that you're super extroverted, like, oh yeah, I can tell you're like really introverted, and you're like, wait, but I'm not. Group group number 2, I feel like you have situations like that where people say something to you and they read you back, and you're like, but I don't think I am like that. Group number 2, you kind of are. I feel like this is a group who reads people very clearly, but doesn't read themselves clearly. Even more so, what makes me say that is if we look at like this beautiful high priestess here, she's like in the water, but she is almost becomes one with the water. And so that tells me like, again, we're one with our intuition, but we're not totally seeing ourselves clearly because we're so close to it. And so wishing here, I feel like this group in particular has a really big dream that they're trying to bring to life. There's a big vision that they're manifesting. And I do feel like you guys are pouring into it. Like you are taking the steps forward to bring this vision, this goal to life. However, I think what's really tripping you guys up here, I hate to jump so quickly, is a risk. You guys are almost like afraid to take that risk, afraid to truly dive in and allow yourself to pursue this dream, to pursue this goal, to pursue this vision wholeheartedly. Because I think a part of you guys are wondering, like, hey, if I step off the edge and I really pursue this dream, like what happens if it doesn't work? Am I going to tumble and fall? Am I going to fall to my death? No. You know what makes me say that? It almost feels like when this person jumps off this little cliff here, they land in the well. Like that is how I feel about it. Like it kind of gives like the light here makes me think it's going to go down into the well, and it almost makes me think like the high priestess of water is inside the well, right? That's a wishing well. I'm looking at them upside down. Yeah. And they're wearing the same outfit. So she's jumped, she's fallen at the wishing well to achieve her dreams, and boom, there she is. Group number 2, let me just say as directly as possible, whatever dream, whatever vision you have, it is so important that you take the risk and allow yourself to pursue that dream, because Notice how both women in these cards are represented in white, and we can't really see their face clearly, but here we can see the high priestess of water like crystal clear as day. That is what happens when you allow yourself to follow your intuition with your dream, jump into the wishing well, and you become the high priestess of water, where you allowed yourself to pursue your dreams and you become one with it. And so, group number two, I'm really excited for you guys because y'all are not in a bad spot. Oops, sorry if you heard that. I accidentally dropped my phone. I'm over this Pisces transit. How much more can I say that? Um, I really like this for you guys because this is not a bad place to be. Group number two, group number one, they had some shit going on. Group number two, y'all are in a really good spot at this new beginning. If your guys is, if the universe is coming in and saying, "Hey, bestie, you need to pursue your dreams," and like that's the worst of it, y'all, come on, we got to pursue our dreams here. And so, let's shift to the next question, which is what this new beginning holds for you. And so we're going to get into even more details about what is actually can you expect from this new beginning. So universe, please give group number two their message of what they can expect from this new beginning. Oh my goodness. Did you guys see that card go flying? I'm going to take this one and the card that flew. That was pretty crazy. Oh, it literally like flew across the little table I have. This is one of the best cards to ever go flying. Milk, is it focusing? Milk and honey. Yeah. And then your other card is the Fates. Oh my God. At the end, I'm gonna choose like I'm gonna use a random generator to pick me which group I am. And I pray I get group number two because y'all have such an amazing reading right off the bat. Okay. The fact that milk and honey literally went flinging across the room, you guys, this new beginning is really all about indulgence and your abundance and the goods and just enjoying life. Like I really, really hope I get group number two because this is so positive. Group number two, if you have any fears, anxieties, worries, or concerns about the future, or even with where you at, let me be the first one to tell you, release it. Release the chains, put the burdens down. Group number two, y'all are in an amazing position, truly a blessed and gifted position. Because, and anyone from group number one is here in group number two's reading, y'all already know what group number one's was like, right? Um, and so, I think it's just like so amazing. Like this is giving the group number two is the vibe of y'all have been putting in the work. Now is the time to reap the rewards. Like I feel like group number two has done their healing. They have done the shadow work. They have done the they have learned the lessons that they need to learn, and this new beginning is really all about allowing themselves to enjoy. Something that I'm hearing in my head is the worst is behind you. Whatever you guys have been through in the past, just know that will never repeat itself again, and this next part of your life is really all about being happy. I know that's like really cliche and like a loaded statement, but it's true, and this is what I see and this is what I feel for you guys. um Milk and honey, like, oh my God, you guys, like it's giving like this new beginning. Y'all are going out to eat, you're eating nice food. Venus is in Taurus right now. You're just indulging in your senses. Like I want to turn this card to look at it a little bit more specifically. Is that a elephant? It looks like an elephant. I don't know if you guys can see it. As a camera focus. Ay, there you go. It's like an elephant in a bath of milk. And then there's a rainbow behind it, you guys. Group number two, so precious. Guys, this is your permission from the universe just to enjoy life. Like, I know times are rough right now. I know globally, collectively, there's a lot of shit happening, but this is one of the most positive. These two are the most positive one of the most positive cards you can get in this deck. And the fact that you guys have both of them, I'm in awe for you. When I look at the Fates, she's like a fairy and she's, kind of like she has like a little bit of a soft smile, right? She has a very like soft smile. And she's just like holding herself and indulging herself. And it almost feels like the rainbow is a little bit reflected in her wings and on her arm and on her makeup. Oh my goodness, you guys. Like the universe is saying you are supported first and foremost. You are very divinely led. I feel like group number two, has a lot of like spirit guides and ancestors who are helping them usher into this new beginning and want them to recognize like how positive it is. If you feel like you grew up or had a past that's just been very tricky and rough, this is not what this new beginning is like. Like, I just see you guys being very happy. I see you guys indulging. I see you guys really pouring into yourselves. Like, when she has her arms wrapped around her, yeah, like my first instinct when someone wraps their arms, it's almost like a form of self protection. But this isn't a form of self protection. This is a form of self love, embracing who she is, loving who she is. The stars are all around her. It's like the cosmos have aligned for group number two. And so I'm really excited. Like, I know we're not getting super specifics of this person's going to come up, this job, this. And I think that's on purpose. Like, it's meant to be a little bit vague for group number two because I feel like there's a lot of amazing surprises, a lot of, things that the universe doesn't want to really spill all the tea on because they want you to experience it in real time and see how when you allow yourself to leap, to take the leap and pursue your dreams, even if they're unconventional, even if they're risky, your intuition is guiding you towards one of the most beautiful times in your life, towards your abundance. And it really is all about trusting because I look at her wings and I think about this card. I'm like, she's afraid to jump off the ledge and she has no wings. But here, after the new beginning, she has her wings, she has her she has her creativity, she has a star, she has found her way to fly. And something else I want to talk about is it's very divinely led, but also very fated. I feel like the universe has almost put this time in your life to be like fated positivity, for lack of better words. But it's true, and it's really what I see in these cards. My goodness, group number two, I'm manifesting this one for me. I really want group number two for myself. Oh my goodness. Let's shift your reading and talk about the actions that you can specifically take to bring in this new beginning. And so this is the deck that we are going to be using. Messenger Oracle. Oops, sorry, not even closely into frame. Still getting used to all of this. Okay. So these are the specific actions group number two can take to bring in this new beginning. Universe, please give us the actions group number two can take to bring in this new beginning. Hey, okay, let's take it. See yourself in nature. Heed the messengers. Oh my goodness. Okay. So group number two, congratulations. I keep saying it, but y'all really do have an amazing reading. What the universe wants you guys to do is to ground yourself. Like, just go out and about. Group number two, this is not a group where you guys are going to stay in and hermit and rot on the couch every day and all day. Like, of course, nurture yourself, take care of yourself. But more importantly, group number two, go out because I think you're going to meet new people and they're going to have a lot of new opportunities for yourself. But in order for those opportunities to come into fruition, you have to be out in nature. And I don't say nature like go hike a mountain. You could. Actually, I recommend that. But it's also just like going out into your community, networking with people, connecting with your community. Maybe you're going shopping and then you run into someone and I don't even know. Like, I just feel like there's so many things waiting for you, but you have to go out and you have to be public and you have to be visible. Because when you allow yourself to do that, this stuff comes in even more like milk and honey and how the elephant is bathing in it. That tells me there's more than enough. There's plenty. There's an abundance. There's an abundance of abundance for you guys, for lack of better words. And of course, see yourself in nature. That's also very direct, like grounding. I do feel like if there is that like one particular thing that you guys have to do, like that could be like a lesson or like a chore. Um, it is to be out in nature and to ground yourself. So maybe even starting a fitness routine like yoga, Pilates, weightlifting. Maybe it's hiking, maybe it's fishing, whatever that is. Make sure you're making time to really be out though. I feel like you guys will almost be recharged by nature, by really Earth, Mother Nature herself, when you allow yourself to go out and about. He the messengers, it actually makes me think of the High Priestess of Water card here. I feel like they have the same vibe. Ooh, look at the moon on her third eye, and now there's a crystal there. You guys, I love when there's like similar symbolism in our cards. Again, I wouldn't be like, let me know how many of you guys are water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, because I feel like this group has a lot of them. But heed the messenger. Like, it's so direct. I feel like the universe really wants you guys to take this reading seriously. Like, you might think like, hey, Jenna's just kind of like saying shit and like hyping me up, but is this really gonna happen? Yes. Bestie, this is happening. Your guys' abundance, your happiness, it's just over the horizon. In fact, it's part of the new beginning. This is so fated for you guys to really enjoy your life at this time. Of course, there's always going to be things that are out of our control that may cause us to not be so happy. We could be fighting with a friend, we could be losing a job, whatever that is. But I think the main message here is everything that's going to happen in this next part of your life is generally very positive, and the things that aren't are meant to get you on an even more positive path, as I'm looking at the rainbow here. But you are divinely led, I would say. Like, what is on her shoulder? That's a little bird. I don't know what kind of bird that is, but I wouldn't be surprised if like birds are signs for you guys. And birds and like sea creatures, maybe like a seahorse. I don't even know. Set the intention to seeing blue birds and like some sort of sea creature, and let that be the sign that you are on the right path. So whether you're setting the intention right here, right now, or after this reading, make sure you're very direct with it, because I feel like your spirit guides, your ancestors, the universe, they want to know that they're trying to give you a message and that you're aware of it. And so when you set the intention of, hey, spirit guides, send me a bluebird to let me know I'm on the right path. It could show up as a literal bluebird you see in the sky. It could be you see it on a TV show. It could be a bluebird on someone's shirt. It could be, a bluebird you see on social media. Regardless, the universe will respond, and they do want to communicate with you guys. But you have to make that first initiation, that first contact here, because your intuition is so strong that all you have to do is set the intention once and watch the magic appear. Oh my goodness, group number group number 2, y'all have a very amazing reading. Like, if these are the actions you're taking is, yoga and Pilates and going out and about and letting yourself to be seen and then chatting with your spirit guides time to time, y'all got this new beginning in the bag. Like, I am so, so excited for this group. Let's shift to your final messages. And so we are going to be using the deck, the Power of Surrender cards. And this is basically what you need to, so I'm like trying to figure out how to do this still, what you need to surrender in this new beginning. So what is group number 2 leaving behind? What are they leaving behind in this new beginning? Hey, oh, okay. You guys got one, and that one kind of went flying too. You guys, read that. Surrender worry, you guys. Group number 2, y'all have nothing to worry about. Like, how positive was this message in general? And the fact that we are getting surrender worry, it's so direct. Let's read the message. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that spirit is guiding you always. Oh my God, I'm going to scream. She's wearing a white dress. It's like, you guys, these are 2 different decks. Look, white dress, white dress, white dress. How spooky wooky is that? Oh my goodness. Um, Group number 2, you guys, like, how more direct can it be? Surrender your worries. Have no fears. Like, truly, like, this next part of your life is so happy. I almost wonder if this is probably one of the happiest parts of your life up into this day, if not the happiest. You guys, I almost feel like the universe is kind of saying, like, group number 2, you thought you knew happiness, just wait. You thought you knew self-love, you thought you knew luxury, you thought you knew um you thought you couldn't have your dream life? Just wait, because whatever risk you take with your vision is going to bring so much incredible stuff to you. And it really is all about taking that risk. And then once you do it, you're indulging and it's faded and you're enjoying it. And there's just so much group number 2. Like, I can't even get the proper words out because I feel almost overwhelmed with the amount of opportunities and the amount of new things that are coming your way. And I almost wonder if you're going to feel like that in the new beginning, where you're like, oh my God, that actually came true. Jen was right. I'm meeting new people. I'm having new opportunities. I didn't really need to worry. Like, I think that's the biggest thing. Number two, like whatever worries you have, let them go. Let them go, my friends. Okay. And then at the end of every reading, we have to pull some affirmations. And so I'm going to be doing two different types of affirmations for you guys. We're going to be doing slightly unhinged affirmations as well as positive playing card affirmations. Hey, where there we go. I promise that the next time I do this, we'll know what we're doing a lot better. This is my new beginning, trying to figure out how to be like a content creator YouTuber because I'm feeling less like a podcaster and more like a YouTuber now. Okay, let's get group number two's slightly unhinged affirmation. Give us group number two slightly unhinged affirmation. Oh my God, there's no way. There's no way we're doing that. I think that just speaks again to how much shit you guys are about to like, not, I say shit lightly, like how much incredible shit you guys are about to have happen, but there's no way we're taking like 20 cards. So let's try that again. Give us group number two, slightly unhinged affirmations. Oh my God. I protect my energy like a dragon hoards gold. Wow. I love that. I guess that is your guys' affirmation. I'm going to pull another one because I felt bad that we got so many and then only one came out. So let's just pull one more. I radiate confidence, chaos, and just a hint of menace. Where's the center? Oh my goodness, thanks you guys for your patience. Okay, first and foremost, definitely if you guys are into like the woo and like witchy spiritual stuff, make sure you guys are keeping up with your daily cleansing practices. Whether that's visualization, meditation, cleansing yourself, whatever that looks like for you, make sure you continue to do that. That's really important because I feel like there's going to be a lot of new energy coming your way, and the more that you can protect yourself spiritually, energetically, the better. But however, radiating confidence, chaos, and a hint of menace, y'all. I think this also kind of speaks to like some of the curveballs to expect. Like we're saying, like, oh my God, like all of our dreams are coming true, right? But there is still a little bit of chaos, and it's okay, if things go astray, just know that's fine. Like, no, you're not meant to be like almost, I was gonna say Cinderella, but maybe Cinderella is a perfect representation because she's a little bit chaotic. She's like living with her stepmom and her stepsisters. They're cruel AF to her. She's besties with all of like the rodents and the animals. And then, she hits the fan when she goes to the ball, loses the shoe, yada, yada, yada. You guys are giving me like Cinderella vibes. And now this makes me even think of it with like the elephant in the in the milk, I guess, the bowl of milk. I'm getting Cinderella vibes. And I feel like one, watch Cinderella if you guys haven't seen it, or even if you have, go watch Cinderella because I feel like there's like a spiritual message in there for you guys. But also like it's okay to be a little bit like chaotic and a little bit like a menace. Cause like with Cinderella, that's Cinderella, y'all. She's so gorgeous and probably doesn't realize how like gorgeous and incredible she is. But then again, maybe she does because when they give her a hard time, she's like, okay, I'll do whatever. But then she's like being chaotic and making the dress with her rodents, with her rats, and then sneaking away from the house to go to the ball without telling her family, because they of course try to sabotage her. And so that's kind of the energy I'm getting from this. Like there's going to be times throughout this new beginning where you're like, oh my God, I feel like everything's just like not coming to plan as it's meant to. It's all faded. It's all faded. And your abundance, your happiness is guaranteed. So under your worry, Cinderella. Cinderella. I just actually watched that movie a couple weeks ago. So it's probably why it's like top of mind. But that's what I'm feeling for y'all. Your official, final affirmation. Group number two. Oh my God, you guys just had another card go flying. Why are your guys' cards like really flying across the room? So we'll take it and we'll shuffle one more time. Ooh, okay. So this is your main affirmation. Though these times are difficult, they are only a short phase of life. Ooh, okay. Not focusing. Oh well. And then I am creatively inspired by the world around me. I am blessed with an incredible family and wonderful friends. Oh, group number 2. This is a great way to end these. So first and foremost, like this one, whatever difficult times you guys have been going through in your life, and I actually think I just said this a couple of minutes ago, the worst part of your life is over, my friends. It truly, truly is. This next beginning is all about really rebalancing the scales and getting your abundance, getting your happiness. Here with I'm creatively inspired by the world around me. Again, go out in nature. There's people around you. There's situations and places that have some incredible opportunities for you. And sorry if I'm rushing a bit. Camera is about to die. Having wonderful friends and family, you guys are gonna find find your people. If you feel like you don't really have the support of your family and friends, just know that you are gonna find the people who do support you in this new beginning. And those that who are around that are do keep them close. Of course, be discerning, be mindful. But you really are going to be ushering in a new group of people who support you as much as you desire. And the ones from your past who stick around are meant to be there, I would say, not just for the season, but really for life. And so, group number 2, thank you guys so much for listening to your reading. Please stay tuned because I'm going to be giving a group collective affirmation at the end of this episode for all of the groups, as well as if you go to my socials, geminibaby.com/links, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky. I'm going to be posting your bonus messages there, and you can find your additional psychic messages. And so, thank you guys so much for being here. Shout out group number 2. I am manifesting. I get this group when I select my reading for myself. Sending love. Hello, group number 3. If you chose the song Sunrise by Leigh-Anne, welcome to your reading. First and foremost, I have to say, I love this song by Leigh-Anne. If you guys have not listened to Leigh-Anne's new album, My Ego Told Me to, what are y'all doing? Like, what are you guys doing? Here's the Spotify canvas. Leigh-Anne is just amazing. I've already recommended one of her songs on the first episode of season 2, episode 59. And so now that we have her again in a psychic tarot reading prediction, I'm so stoked. I love it. So, group number 3. Did I call you guys group 2 or group 1? Group number 3. Maybe I said the right. I don't know. We're like still in Mercury and Pisces transit. We have like one more week left before Mercury enters Aries. And I'm so excited because tomorrow Mars is out of Pisces. Then we have another week of Mercury and then it finally enters Aries. And I'm just so looking forward to it as a Gemini stellium because I have not been able to sleep. I've not been able to speak. We've been having all of the tech difficulties. Mercury retrograde was a doozy. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm ready for the end of April when we're officially in all of these planetary shifts, including Uranus and Gemini. And so that's what a lot of this like reading is going to be about. Group number 3 is what this new beginning is bringing. So when I look at the lyrics for Sunrise, it's so interesting because when I think of sunrise, I literally think of a new beginning. Like that's a new day. That's a new beginning. Group number 3, I wouldn't be surprised if this new beginning is just really loud, like very obvious. Almost like I'm graduating from college or I'm starting a new job or I'm just about to have a new baby. That is the type of new beginning where this is like not a subtle new beginning where it's like, is this happening or is this not? No, it's very obvious. And so if there's at least not one thing for you that's super obvious, just know there is about to be something very, very soon that is just so crystal clear that your new beginning has arrived. And so I'm really excited for y'all. um, Something though that stands out to me though is her lyrics. We ain't gotta rush tonight, rush tonight. I almost feel like for those of you who know of what this new beginning could be, like a graduating school or something, y'all kind of just want to rush into it. But the universe is almost asking you and being like, hey, we know the new beginning is really obvious, but we want you to take your time as you start adjusting. Why? Because, we're humans. We can't just rush and throw ourselves into it. Of course, I mean, we can, but it's going to take some time. The best example I can give you guys right now is me with my like little studio that I have going on. It's very DIY. Everything that I do is DIY. And I was just like had so many like visions and idea of like what I wanted this to be, and none of it has really come into fruition. From like camera, I've had such insane tech difficulties, which have really been like a massive sore spot for me over these last couple of weeks while I've been doing the podcast and relaunching it on video. And I was just like, Okay, fine. If the first couple of episodes have like shitty audio and like nothing is focusing and I'm like, am I in frame or am I not? Fine. Because sometimes the only way out is through and we have to learn things to be able to get to the other side. And so, group number three, whatever this new beginning is, whether you're aware of it or what is not, but I'm inclined to say at least most of you know what this new beginning is. Don't rush into it. Take your time and really enjoy. I think that is also a big message in this song. Like, one of her lyrics that stands out to me is, "I feel like you're singing to me now when I'm all ears. Put the rhythm on me now till morning, and and all I ask is don't go too fast. Savor it because there's no need to." Like, y'all, the universe wants you guys to really, like, enjoy, because whatever happening in your life right now, you're gonna look back and let's say 6 months, 5 years, 15 years, 20 years, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, I really wish I took the time to really enjoy what was going on right then and there," because that's the beauty of new beginnings, I think. Like, you look at it and you don't realize it was a new beginning until you look back. But I mean, if you're watching this episode right now, regardless if you're watching it when it releases April 2026 or a couple months or years down the line, you're almost gonna like look back and be like, I'm conscious of it. And now I know to be like more like grateful for it. Because I think when we try to dive in too fast, too soon, we really miss the beauty and the simplicity around us. And that's something that like I said, I've had to learn with my podcast. I'm like, okay, this is not where this is not where we're going. This is where we're at. And to be honest, this is more than what I was doing 3 years ago when I launched the podcast. And so I am very grateful for this moment, because whenever I have like my dream podcast studio and like a team of at least, hopefully like 3 people to help me, like I'm gonna look back and be like, "Holy shit, girl, you were doing that on your own." So, okay, sorry, I was looking at the camera. I'm like, everything's working, right? Okay, yeah. So let's actually jump into your cards. Hello, group number three. Welcome, you've made it. So as you guys can tell, I am off camera because I am going to be showing you guys the cards I'm pulling live on camera. And then I just dropped them on the ground. Whoops. Okay. The first deck we are going to be using is Wisdom of the House of Night. Hey, there she is. And the first question we are going to be asking is, where is group three currently? So, like, what's going on with you guys, like, right now? Like, where are you at right before this new beginning comes in? So, let's see. Universe, please. Ooh, should we take them? Let's take them. I didn't even have to shuffle for those to just jump out like that. You guys got 5. This is more than any other group. So I feel like whatever you guys are going through right now, it's pretty loaded. Ooh, okay. You got Belonging, House of Night, Lust. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen this card before. The Warrior. Oh my God. Oh my God. Group number 3, High Priestess of Water, and Risk. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Number 3, y'all are making me laugh. Okay. I knew Leigh-Anne's song was like romantic leaning, but that did not stand out to me. The fact that we have Lust and then basically these cards look like sister cards, for lack of better words, even though they're not High Priestess of Water, which the Warrior, like they both look like they're underwater. You guys, I'm kind of freaking out. So, where you guys are currently at now, if you do not have a romantic partner or a crush of some sort, this may not be the reading for you, because this is so like relationship oriented. I'll do my best to interpret a non-romantic, but I would say for at least 95% of you, this is a romance reading. And out of all, none of the other groups got romance readings, but group number 3, y'all are in your feels. Okay, so this is where you guys currently are at. I'm gonna read this way to start. First and foremost, I feel like you guys are just dealing with a lot of relationship themes. You could be in a long-term relationship or some sort of relationship, but you could also be single. And if you are single, I do feel like there is someone or maybe multiple people are really prominent on your mind. And what makes me say like there's either multiple options or multiple entrants is all of these windows. And it's a house of belonging. I feel like this group in particular has been dealing with a lot of just like self esteem. Like, am I worthy? Do I deserve this love? Am I happy? Do I want this person? Am I happy in my relationship? How do I actually feel about my crush? Does my crush like me? Hey, what if I like this other person? There is so much going on. And I think it's also reflected in the amount of cards. And y'all saw how those cards like basically jumped out. Like group number 3, there is a lot going on for you guys in terms of your partnerships. So, I feel like there's really the big question is about belonging. Do I belong? Am I happy? Do I want this person? Does this person want me? I would say this is not the love card because there is a love card here, but this is all lust. I do feel like if you are currently in a relationship, there's something going on with your guys' sense of lust or sense of passion. You guys could either be super passionate or not passionate at all. I feel like there's not really an in between here. It's either all in or all out if you are in a relationship. Now, if you're single, feel like you guys are very much like ring dogs for lack of better words. um and that could be honestly like something that's been weighing on you guys because I do feel like if you're single you have options or you're interested in multiple people, but a lot of it is about like just the corn dogness of it all. And wanting to really indulge in the senses. The warrior though, this is so insane. I actually need to look at these cards more closely because it kind of looks, yeah. You guys, that's really spooky. I think it's the same people in the cards. I'll do a close up. Focus. Hopefully, this is not focusing. Oh my God. Hey, there we go. Light reflecting on it. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm like 99.9% certain the couple in this card is the same couple, which is insane. So not to feed y'all's delusions, because I do feel like this group has some delusions, at least one of your crushes is into you just as much as you are into them, if not even more. Which is crazy because I'm just gonna say like how I intuitively feel. I feel like you guys are the high priestess of water because we have a woman here, um, and she's all by herself. But every time the man shows up, it's him here and then him with the woman. The woman is here 3 times, the man's not. So I'm gonna say you guys are the feminine. You don't have to be a woman to identify it with feminine energy, right? But you guys are represented by the high priestess of water, or counterpart or romantic interest is the warrior. So I do feel like if you guys are single, whoever this warrior person is, I have a couple of inklings. It could be a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, but also the warrior makes me think of fire, like Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Could be one of those 6 zodiac signs. Doesn't have to be. They like you just as much as you like them. If not, they like you even more because when I look at him, he's the one tossing his head back. She's like, kissing his neck. He's into it. He's like super into it. What's really interesting though is like she's the one that feels like she's taking the risk. Like she has to jump off the ledge to really indulge in whatever is going on here. But then like notice how she's the one taking control. It's almost like if this is about a particular person to my singles, like if there is someone in particular that you guys are really like and you're like, oh my God, I think like I really want to be with this person, and you are open-minded to making the first move, do it because it will pay off immensely. Um, if you guys are in a relationship, I do feel like I'm getting 2 different messages from the people in relationships. If you are in a committed relationship, I do feel like there's something that has to shift with your guys' intimacy, with your passion. I almost feel like the feminine here is giving more than she's receiving, for lack of better words. And so whoever identifies as the masculine in this relationship, it's kind of time for him to like step up. And I'm not saying the feminine can't give, and the masculine has to always be the giver. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is though, if he's facing the car direct, facing you guys directly, but she's like facing us directly, but it's tilted towards the wrist. I almost feel like her back is a little bit towards him. Because he's not looking at her. She's not looking at she's looking this way and direct towards you guys, and he's looking straight, and and so this is kind of giving me like this, the feminine is giving more than the masculine. And so I almost feel like the feminine, this could, some of you guys could be contemplating leaving your partner, but also like if that's not something that sticks, it could also be thinking about like, how can you spice things up? How can you make this relationship more playful? If you guys are in a relationship and you are not happy, I do feel like someone in particular, I hate to be direct, but I do feel like it's the feminine. She could have multiple options if she's into something long-term committed. She could be thinking about leaving the relationship and exploring whatever options are here. But this is again, I think, rooted on lust and having to take control because she's not getting what she wants out of this relationship. Um, of course, if this does not resonate with you, that's fine. This may not be your reading. And I'm not saying here with like the High Priestess of Water, she's like a cheater and she's being bad. It's more or less her needs are just not being fulfilled. And she almost feels like she has to take a risk. She has to leap off the edge of this cliff to find that fulfillment. And so wherever you are at group number 3, in terms of your relationships, whether you are single, whether you're committed, or you're, thinking about leaving your partnership, this is the universe acknowledging it. And now, again, they're not particularly giving you guys a lot of advice. Just yes, I gave you guys a little bit of some guidance, but this is just where you're at. I'm really curious to see what this new beginning is going to look like, because I feel like whatever is going on over here, at the end of the day, the High Priestess of Water, she's looking towards taking a risk into whatever this new beginning is. So let's shift to where this new beginning is actually taking you guys. And so these cards are, can't even pick them up. Wisdom of the Oracle. Focus. We'll get there eventually. One day. Okay. Wisdom of the Oracle. And so group number 3, this is where this new beginning is taking you, what this new beginning holds for you. Oh my gosh. Hiccups. Universe, please tell group number 3 what this new beginning holds for them. What does this new beginning hold for group number 3? Ooh, okay. I guess you guys got one card. Oh my goodness. All that glitters. Hey, when will it focus? Focus. No, maybe. Okay, whatever. All that glitters. You guys, come on. This is such an amazing card to have for what your new beginning holds. I'm getting a lot of messages. So first and foremost, whatever like mask you guys felt you were wearing, especially in this partnership, because there was 2, those masks are about to be revealed. Whether you've been putting in, if you're in a relationship, if you've been putting on a front, if your partner's been putting on a front, those masks are about to be revealed. In fact, none of this is giving like massive breakup. Like if I had mentioned maybe the feminine wants to walk away from the relationship. That's not what I'm getting from this relationship or getting from these cards. What I'm getting is you guys are going to be able to resolve your problems, but the mask must come off to be able to have all that glitters. You see all the gold, the lights. You guys might not be able to see it. And to be honest, if the camera will ever focus, there's a face. Oh, maybe you guys can see it. There's like a face right here in the clouds. And that almost feels like the universe being like, take a deep breath. You're fine. Everything is going to be okay. Don't worry about a divorce. Don't worry about a separation. More or less, focus on the unveiling of the truth. So if you have any desires, again, however that resonates for you, allow yourself to be seen wholeheartedly and authentically for what those desires are and who you are within them. For your partner, it's the same thing. I feel like, again, if you guys are in a committed like relationship, it's about almost removing whatever like self-imposed barriers have come into the relationship and allowing yourself to be fully seen. And once you allow yourself to do that, I think it's almost like a massive new beginning of a relationship. Now, if you are single, oh my goodness, you guys, you take that one risk and you leap off the edge, boom. You have, I think, one of the people, I am inclined to say you have who you want, because this is like matching masks, but at the same time they're masks, so we don't entirely know who's waiting on the other side. But I would say like whoever in this reading is that likes you just as much as you like them, if not more, this could be them, but it could be someone else, because again, while they are a mask, we don't know who's beneath them. But then you have the face and almost the universe being like, it's all divinely led. You know, don't feel like you missed out. Don't feel like you're wasting an opportunity. It's all so divinely led, and your happiness really is promised, especially in the context of a relationship, in romance. Sometimes I get a little bit nervous about doing romance readings because I'm like, oh, the girls are going to go to Lulu. Because trust me, I've been the girl who's going to Lulu about relationship readings. And so I get nervous, but the universe wants to talk about it. They want to address the elephant in the room. And they're like, really, like, this is not giving like divorce. This is not giving forever alone. This is giving remove the mask and prepare for really a lot of happiness, a lot of abundance. I really feel strongly that this collective and this new beginning, group number 3, your new beginning is all about really enjoying the relationships and the people in your life. And you're going to be surprised that when you allow yourself to be seen for truly for who you are, and the masks come off, you can just sit them on top of all of the other riches that you have in your life now that you're removed them. Of course, the masks are still there. They may come on time to time, but it's less about portraying yourself to be someone you're not and more so about consciously choosing them to put on because you already have everything that you need. Truly. Oh my goodness, group number 3. Wow. I love that for you guys. 4 on the clock. Let me just say, group number 3, you guys have the angel numbers. You're the only group that's got angel numbers. I love that for y'all. Let that be confirmation. Y'all are protected. Okay. And so the next card I'm going to pull is what actions group number 3 can take in this new beginning. What does the universe want you guys to do as this new beginning comes into fruition? Also, if any of you guys get married off of like based off of my reading, let me know, please. Like, that's crazy. I want to stay updated. Keep me posted on how everything goes because I want to know the tea. Okay. Group number 3, what actions can they take? How come nothing's flying out? Oh, there we go. Ah! Heed your dreams. There you go. Group number 3. I think it's so direct. The actions that you can take is so simple. Chase your dreams, chase your vision. You know, if because we've been talking so much about relationships, I do want to put it in that view it through that perspective. But there's one more message I'm also getting outside of that. And that message is regardless of what's going on in your relationships, if you are not chasing your dreams and indulging in like what you desire, you're going to have a very difficult time in this new beginning because your relationships are not separate from you. And so if you are not treating yourself well and pursuing your dreams, pursuing your ambitions, your goals, whatever that looks like for you, just taking care of yourself, you're going to have a difficult time in your relationship with others because so much of your destiny and your path within like relationships and romance is linked directly to how you take care of yourself and how you pursue your dreams. Um, when I look at the card, you know, it's like this woman and she's like the tree, but like she's the tree, but a part of the tree. I don't know. But then there's like a snake going around her on her third eye, and then her eyes are closed. It's like so much of like what you envision is can be grounded and can come to fruition. Again, whether it's a relationship or a dream job or dream career, whatever that looks like, you know, a dream life, you can have that. However, the risk here is to not see it clearly here with the snake because the snake almost like biting her third eye. It makes me think there's this transformation in your own vision and how you see yourself and how you go after your dreams. Um, and when it comes to your relationships, it's like if you're not honoring yourself, because I do feel like this group may have the tendency to be a little bit codependent. If you're not honoring yourself, you're not allowing yourself to see clearly about others. And so the third eye is really standing out because it's like if you can't, if you're not honoring yourself and you can't see yourself clearly, how can you expect to see other people clearly? Do you get what I mean? Um, so like group number 3, like the advice that the universe wants to give to you is again, honor yourself, heed your dreams, and trust that when you take these actions to making your dreams come true with however that resonates, you will find that your relationships start to shift in a way that's very beneficial and honors you. I'm just getting really strong like Mother Nature vibes. Like I want to call her like Mother Nature. And so it makes me think like the universe, Mother Nature is supporting you. I also like see this as I guess there's a couple of more things. Go out into nature. I know that's cliche. I know like grounding, and it doesn't always have to be like going to hike up a mountain. Sometimes it could just be like doing yoga in your backyard or taking a walk around the block or going for a drive in the country with the windows down. However that resonates for you, go out and be one with nature. If you are able to make that hike up the mountain, do it. If you are able to walk around your favorite local park, do that. Also, snakes are a sign for you. And I know in this context, we're like, snakes, but no, like snakes do not need to be feared. They're all about death and rebirth transformation when they shed the skin. And so I would set the intention to ask the universe to show you snakes. And don't be surprised that when you see a snake, doesn't have to be like a literal snake, could be like a snake on the TV screen or a snake on someone's t-shirt. I don't know. Just know that's the universe confirming that you are on the right path. So set that intention today. And if you feel off about snakes, because I know people can be a little bit about snakes, find some sort of other animal, maybe like a rabbit or a specific type of bird, whatever that is for you guys, set that intention because I do feel like the universe wants to show you signs. And so, group number 3, I'm loving this for you guys. That is very, very cool. And so, the next part of this reading is what we are surrendering in this new beginning. So, this is something that we're currently dealing with and that we need to release in this new beginning as we step into it. And so, I didn't show you guys the cards. This is the Power of Surrender cards. Hey, these are one of my favorite cards ever. I really, really love these ones. Okay, universe. Please give group number 3. Oh, wow. We're going to take it. It just flew out. I guess I didn't even really have to shuffle. That's crazy. Especially if you read it. Surrender to spirit, you guys. Come on now. Come on. Like, I didn't even shuffle and it flew out. And then we have surrender to spirit. Like, how more on the nose can I get? Surrender to spirit, you guys. Like, I feel like the universe is asking you guys to really step into your spiritual practice. Whether you are a witchy practitioner or you're into meditation, you're into astrology and tarot, if you are, someone who just is into like vision boards and visualization, find a way to connect with your spirituality, with your spirit guides, with your ancestors, with the universe, however that resonates with you. I feel like the universe is really wanting to have a closer connection to you guys in this new beginning. And the only way to do that is to allow yourself to open to it. So let's read the message on the card. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. You guys, have I not been saying that since this card? Like, what dreams are you like bringing into fruition? And now this is talking about goals. You guys, I love when the universe does it. I love when it's just like so on the nose. It's insane. But surrender to spirit, my friends. Again, I feel like it's already like so direct. Find some sort of practice that you can do on a regular basis that allows you to connect with the universe. Again, it could be something as simple as meditating outside or even just meditating it at home. It could be making a vision board, once a year, well, maybe not once a year because it needs to be regular. Maybe it's like making a Pinterest board and then you meditate on the Pinterest board. Maybe it's journaling and writing a letter to the universe. However that resonates for you, make sure it's just very personalized and specific to you, something that you will enjoy and can be consistent with. Because I feel like if this is what you're surrendering in this new beginning, you need to be able to be consistent. And so finally, to wrap up your reading, group number 3, we're going to pull some affirmation cards for you guys. We're going to be using 2 different types of affirmation cards. The first kind that we're going to be using is slightly unhinged affirmation cards. I love these ones. It's not focusing. They're just so fun. And then the last one I will be using is playing positive affirmation playing cards. Also not focusing, but whatever. We'll get there. We'll get there. So let's see group number 3. Let's pull your slightly unhinged affirmation first. Okay. Universe. Ooh. Okay, how come it keeps doing that? This group in particular, y'all's messages are just flying out. I don't even have to shuffle. They're flying. Because how many times has we done that now? 3 times? Has it been twice or 3 times? I don't know. But like, I'm freaking out for you guys because it feels like the universe energy, like the spiritual energy in this group is so strong. Like, hello, surrender to spirit. The universe, your guides are really trying to get your attention. I won't be surprised, like, if over the next week or so after you watch this reading, if some like almost spiritual things happen, keep an eye out for it, especially when it comes to like snakes or whatever, like animal creature that you set your attention with. It's gonna happen very, very fast because the universe is coming out loud and proud for y'all. Remember when I said it was the new beginning was gonna be obvious with Sunrise with Leigh-Anne's song? You guys, so obvious. Okay, your affirmations. Today, I am as focused as a cat with a laser pointer. Oh, how sweet. I saw that made me think of my other kitty. Rest in peace, Jack. And then your second affirmation is I find joy in the small things like naps and canceled plans. How cute. I love that. Okay. So immediately, um, I feel like the universe kind of just wants you guys to go back to the basics. Like, that sounds so strange, but it really is asking you guys to like come within. It's so crazy that we went from like relationship chaos to like having our dream life to now this. It's like, despite the chaos, despite the dreams, at the end of the day, you really need to focus on the basics, which is focus. Focused intention on bringing your dreams, but also allowing yourself to, enjoy the small things, to relax time to time. You don't always have to have everything figured out. And so if, when I say start working on your dreams, start, working on your ambitions and goals, and that gives you anxiety, that freaks you out a little bit, please don't stress too much because the universe is very much like, hey, everything's going to be fine. Stay focused, enjoy the small things, rest. Like, it is that simple. And so let's get your guys' final affirmation. Okay. Universe, please give group number 3 their final affirmation for this new beginning. Or I guess for the night, but yeah, for the new beginning too. Okay. What is group 3's affirmation? Ooh, you guys got 3. I'm not even going to do a focus because they're such small letters. I am at peace with who I am as a person. Ooh. I am guarded in my every step by spirit who leads me towards what I must know and do. Oh my God, so on the nose. Oh, you guys have 4. I lied. Whoops. Everything that is happening now is happening for my ultimate good. Ooh, okay. My future is an ideal projection of what I envision now. Oh my goodness. I love that. And that's how we're topping the reading off. Oh my goodness. Okay. So you guys just have so many incredible things coming your way. Like, this is talking to being at peace with who you are. I think at the end of the day, when we were talking about here about like self love and about she's looking the other way, she wants to jump and, like whatever, like is she happy, whatever, whatever, whatever. It's like at the end of the day, it is a journey about self love. And if you are not happy, if you are not satisfied, that is an issue for not only you, but also for the universe. And the universe wants to make sure that you are prioritizing yourself. Your intuition already knows, bestie. If something is up, something is up. If you need to make an exit, you need to make the exit. If you feel like that, if like someone is the love of your life and you haven't confessed to them, what's the worst thing that can happen? Here, with I am guided in my every step by spirit who leads me towards what I must know and do. Again, so on the nose. Universe is really looking to get in contact with you guys. We have the snake here. We have these cards here. Have some sort of spiritual practice. Know that you are divinely led and divinely guided. And there's not really any wrong choices that you can make or do. I think like the worst thing that you can do is to not establish this connection with the universe. It could even just be praying, having a simple prayer at night. Everything that is happening now and is happening for my ultimate good. Again, so direct. Trust in the process, trust in divine timing. My future is an ideal projection of what I envision now. Again, so on the nose with these 2 cards, y'all. Like, whatever you envision for your future, just know it is happening. And I do believe it will come full circle. It may not be exactly what you want, but it's going to be pretty damn close. And I do firmly believe you are going to be just as happy. And so, group 3, that is your reading. I am so excited for you guys. This is an amazing read. I'm really looking forward to hearing how all of this plays out for you guys in this new beginning, this new chapter. Of course, just know that I'm going to be giving a bonus collective affirmation reading at the end of this episode for all of the groups. However, if you do want an additional bonus psychic message, please visit me on socials. You can find my Instagram, my TikTok, my YouTube, my Blue Sky at geminibaby.com/links. You can find all my social media there. And then once you find that, you will find your bonus psychic messages. And so, group 3, thank you again for sticking along, sending all the love. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of Gemini Baby. I had so much fun reading all of your guys' predictions. It was my first time doing this on camera. So, again, thank you for your patience with me as I figure out how to become like a proper YouTuber content creator. I just feel like a YouTuber, you guys. Like, doing this whole setup just makes me feel like a YouTuber at this point. I think that's gonna be my new like identification. And I still don't really know what I'm doing, but we're getting there. We're getting there very slowly but surely. And so I really appreciate you guys just being so patient with me. Hopefully the audio is good. I think we figured out the audio, but the camera focusing, that part with the cards, that was a little tricky. But we made it. And so let's dive into your guys' collective affirmation, because we do that at the end of every episode. So regardless if you're group 1, group 2, group 3, doesn't matter. We just want to get everyone's collective affirmation for the week. So let's see. Ooh, okay, that one flew out. Oh, 2. Okay, you guys got 2. Congrats. Oh, and this is the affirmation that we're using. Affirmation cards. I see it focused. I got excited. It's working. Okay. So your first affirmation is, today I am free of drama. Today I will let go of the people that do not support me and only surround myself with positive people. Ooh, okay, let's say that together if we can. Today I'm free of drama. Today I will let go of the people that do not support me and only surround myself with positive people. Let's see, will she focus? I do it like, what if I do it with like 2 hands? No, still won't focus. Oh well, we'll figure that out another day. Your second affirmation is, today I am respectful. Today I will acknowledge other people's thoughts and feelings as well as my own. Say it with me. Today I am respectful. Today I will acknowledge other people's thoughts and feelings as well as my own. Oh my goodness, my friends. These are really, actually, I feel like they're very similar affirmations. But also like very different, because we're drama free and, only surrounding ourselves with positive people, but then we're also respectful and acknowledging other people's thoughts and feelings. Interesting. Very dualistic. Sounds like a Uranus and Gemini type of thing. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys are having like a double-edged swords type of situation. Could be very contradicting, could be very dualistic. The key here though is just be the person that you want to be, avoid the drama, leave that in the past. Obviously stand up for yourself, but do so in a respectful way. You can always agree to disagree, my friends. Interesting that is our affirmation going into this new beginning. I'm like, oh shit, what's gonna happen, y'all? But if you made it this far, leave a, why do I want to say a panda emoji? We didn't even talk about pandas in this reading, but leave a panda emoji. All of my groups, I don't know y'all made it. Actually, I'll be specific. If you are group 1, leave a panda and a lollipop emoji. I don't know why. If you are group number 2, leave a panda and a shoe emoji, any shoe. If you are group number 3, leave a panda and an apple emoji. Why? I don't know. Those were the first emojis that came to mind. So, what was group number 1's emoji? I am over this Mercury and Pisces transit. You guys, I've crashed out every single episode of season 2 about this transit. I'm not kidding. Like, get me out. I'm over it. I'm done. I do not like it. We're over it. It's squaring my Gemini stellium, and a girl. Your girl cannot handle it. But go back and recheck, because I cannot remember for the life of me what I just said. All I know is we're doing a pandas. Pandas! If you guys want to stay tuned to see what group I'm gonna get, let's see. do a random generator online. I know what group I want. I said it in their reading. Um, and I'm hoping I get it. But if not, it's okay. I'm trying not to like expect too much. So I'm very curious. I definitely know what group I do not want. I know exactly what group I want, which group I do not want, and which group I would be like, okay, which is, convenient because there's only 3. Okay, I'm scared. I'm so scared, you guys. I hate doing this because I'm not kidding. My psychic predictions that I've done for myself, like on my birthday episodes, but even the ones where I like do like a random generator, they come true and they resonate for me. Like, y'all, if y'all watched my 2026 predictions that I made back in like December of 2025, I got a group that was basically like party your way through 2026. That's what I've been doing. I have been partying my way through 2026. Granted, we missed a couple of parties throughout this Mercury retrograde eclipse season, but for the most part, I've been partying. I've been living my my best life trying. Okay, enough babbling because I'm scared. So we have the random generator, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Okay, universe, please tell me which group I am based off of the readings we just did. I'm hearing ringing in my ear. Eek! Okay. I'm scared. You guys look for me. I don't want to look. Is it still going? Is it still going? Yes, it's still going. I'm group number 1. Hey, group number 1. What's up? Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be group number 1. In fact, honestly, no, I'm not. That is the group I did not want. Group number 1. What is going on with us? I did not want that group. I really, really did not want that group. Not that there's anything wrong with this in particular, but if y'all are group number 1, you guys know that reading was heavy. I'm right there with y'all. I'm right there with y'all. It's fine. It's fine. Again, as I mentioned, if you do want to get your bonus psychic messages, please visit my socials. You can find me on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Blue Sky by going to geminibaby.com/links, LINKS, and you will find the links to everything. Don't forget to check out and register for the music branding workshop. Book an astrology reading with me through Shadow and Shine. Join Patreon. There is so much going on, so much more to announce, so much more to be seen. I'm just excited for you guys. Excited for you guys. I guess I'm excited for you guys. I'm also excited for myself. Gemini baby, this is 2026. This is the year where we're trying new things, clearly, as I am having all of the tech difficulties. Even the lighting change. That's why I keep looking at myself in the camera. I'm like, do not like this lighting. I need to adjust the lighting. I need to find a lot better lighting. Something that's a little bit more flattering, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, I need to put on a hat or something. I'm getting my roots done also in a couple of days. So maybe we'll be less troll-like, baddie troll-like. A Okay, my friends, I'm gonna end this here, but I shall see you in the next episode. Sending love. Bye. I'm so awkward. I don't know what to do. I hate this part. I need to figure out a better intro. Bye.